everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to tackle a question that, let's be honest, we all face at some point. Your phone breaks. So do you repair it or do you just replace it? Let's dive right in because getting this right can save you a whole lot of money and seriously help out the planet.
You know that feeling, right? That horrible slow motion moment? You hear the crack, you pick it up, and yep, spider web. So what's your first thought? Are you already scrolling through new phone deals? Or do you think, hey, maybe I can get this fixed? Believe it or not, that one little choice has a way bigger ripple effect than you might think.
So what's the big deal? Well, this number, 50 million tons. That is how much electronic waste we as a planet generate every single year. To give you some perspective, that's like throwing away almost 5,000 Eiffel Towers. And a massive chunk of that giant toxic mountain, you guessed it, smartphones, tossed aside for problems that are often totally fixable.
And that brings us to our first really crucial point, the hidden cost of a brand new phone. It goes so far beyond what you actually pay at the store.
See, there are three big parts to this hidden cost. First, to even make a new phone, you've got to mine for rare earth minerals, and that process can be just devastating for the environment. Second, the energy it takes to manufacture just one phone is huge. And finally, when we're done with it, it adds to that e-waste crisis, polluting soil and water all over the world.
So why do we even replace our phones so often? Well, a big part of the answer is this little phrase, planned obsolescence. And yeah, it is exactly as sneaky as it sounds. This is a deliberate strategy where companies design products to fail or become outdated. Think batteries that are impossible to replace, or software that stops getting updates. It's all designed to push you to buy the next new thing, whether you really need it or not.
But here's the good news. There is a super powerful alternative to this crazy cycle of waste. It's called the repair revolution. And it's a simple idea, really. Seeing a broken phone not as garbage, but as a chance to make a smarter, better choice. Okay, let's start with the thing that gets everyone's attention, your wallet. A cracked screen? That's probably gonna run you about $150. A battery that just won't hold a charge anymore? Maybe $70. Now, compare that to $1,000 or more for the latest flagship phone. I mean, the math isn't even close. For most common problems, repair just makes way more financial sense.
But the savings for the planet? Oh, this is where it gets really dramatic. Making one new smartphone pumps out around 70 kilograms of CO2. But repairing your current phone and just using it for one more year? Look at that. The carbon footprint just plummets. It is literally one of the easiest and most effective things you can do to lower your personal impact on the environment.
You know, this quote just hits the nail on the head. It really says it all. There's a real satisfaction in keeping a device that you rely on every single day going for longer. It's a statement. It says you value what you have more than the endless chase for what's new. Okay, so you're on board, you're convinced. But now what? Where do you actually go? Let's break down the options, because I promise, it's probably a lot easier than you think. So you basically have three main paths you can take. First, if you're feeling adventurous, there's the DIY kit. It's the cheapest way to go for sure, and it can be super satisfying. But, fair warning, the risk is high. You could make it worse or void your warranty. Then you've got your local repair shop. This is often the sweet spot. It's fast, and you're supporting a local business. And finally, you can always go back to the manufacturer. It's reliable, they use genuine parts, but it's almost always the most expensive and the slowest option.
Now, if you go with the local shop, here's a quick 4-step checklist to make sure you're in good hands. First, ask if they have any certifications. Then, ask about the quality of their parts. Do they use original parts or cheaper third-party ones? Next, and this one is huge, make sure they offer a warranty on their work. And finally, just take 2 minutes to read their recent online reviews. That'll tell you almost everything you need to know.
You know, this whole repair mindset isn't just about fixing things when they break. It's also about thinking ahead and making smarter choices when you do finally need to get another phone. And a seriously fantastic option here is to buy refurbished. These are not just used phones someone threw in a drawer. They are professionally restored, they're tested, and they almost always come with a warranty. So you get a phone that's basically like new for way less money, and you're giving a perfectly good gadget a second life. That is a huge win-win.
And whenever you are looking at a phone, whether it's new or refurbished, start thinking about its longevity. Ask yourself, how many years of software updates is this company promising? Does it seem like it's built to last? Choosing a phone that's durable from the start is the first step to avoiding this whole problem down the line.
All right, let's bring all this together. Your journey to being more sustainable with your phone isn't about some massive, complicated change. It's just a bunch of small, simple habits that really do add up to a big impact. So this all boils down to a few really simple things. First, the basics, but they're so important. Use a good case and a screen protector. Second, avoid leaving your phone in a super hot car or out in the freezing cold. To keep your battery happy, try not to let it drain to 0 or leave it plugged in at 100% all night. The sweet spot is keeping it between 20 and 80%. And just remember, recycling is the absolute last resort, only for when a repair is truly impossible.
So, the next time your screen cracks or your battery starts to fade, remember all of this. That device in your hand, it's more than just tech. It's a choice. Your phone is power. It's the power to save money, the power to protect the planet, and the power to push back against a wasteful culture. The only question left is, how are you going to choose to use it?
So you had a phone disaster? Yeah, I came in with a broken camera, totally useless. But David at Sydney CBD Repair Centre was great. Within a day, the part was...
So phone disaster?
Came in with a brick camera. David fixed it in a day. Good as new. Highly recommend.
Our daily superhero, Mr. Repairman, David, is here. Call 8011-4119 now.
My Motorola Edge 50 screen was smashed. David here ordered the part and fixed it next day in 1 hour.
Our daily superhero, Mr. Repairman, David, is here. Call 8011-4119 now.
Wang, tell us about your recent phone repair.
David was super professional. He fixed my Galaxy Z Flip 4 in an hour. I literally walked in broken and walked out perfectly fixed.
Yeah, highly recommend.
If you have mobile phones issue, you can walk in. We're open Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. 6 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. 2 p.m.